What's good, Jordan? What's up, bro? How's everything? What up? What up? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We doing something special tonight. Something legendary, epic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's rare you see brothers out here doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? Being their own bosses and just trying to move the culture. Everything's good, Jordan. Yes, sir. We about to get into this. Just waiting for Mr. Slade to get in here. We good. They probably will. What's up? What's up, Landon? What's good, Tully? Who'd the Giants get? What's good? What's good? Xavier. Okay. That's a good pick. Good pick. What's good? What's good? The Olympic air is dropping. I'm not sure. Not sure, man. I'm still waiting for some heat to drop myself. There we go. KUSTOO in the building. Let's get it.
Yeah, there we go. All
There we
right.
go. There we go. There we go.
I feel all fancy. I don't think I haven't done one of these yet.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, this is my first time.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I'm somebody. I'm
Oh, no.
somebody.
You definitely are somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I ain't nothing.
It is what it is. How's your day going?
Uh, it's all right. I'm trying to get a lighting setup going over here. I don't know if
I
y'all
see
can
you. I'm
see
trying. I'm
all
trying
that
to set
mess.
up too, man.
See all that mess over there. I'm
I
trying to
got
make
you.
it, trying to get right, but the struggle is real.
It's all good, man. It's all good. You got to start off somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You feel me? I just wanted to say I appreciate you, man. You know, it's a long time coming. Long time
Ah,
coming.
absolutely, absolutely. I've been waiting to get on the live. I was here. What was that last week? You was with TJ?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
It's been a long time coming though. It's just you know, we crossed paths multiple times. It just we finally got it together. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, absolutely,
So
absolutely. I'm glad. I'm glad we did. Glad we making this work.
facts. It was only right, man. It was only right, especially with everything happening right now. You know, I got a lot more free time, so I was like, you know what, we gotta make it happen.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. This is a good one. Oh, people, I can see the comments here too. This is awesome. Yeah, I'm glad this is happening.
Yeah, there we go.
So, so I'm gonna start this off and ask some questions.
Oh, you gonna start off? Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I'm gonna
great.
start
Okay,
this off and ask some questions.
okay.
So, uh, first of all, like, when did you fall in love with sneakers?
Fell in love with sneakers probably around that Jordan 12 playoffs, that OG
Mm,
colorway around that time. I went to school in Boston. I'm from Boston, so you know, sneaker game is like crazy there. You know that Boston, Baltimore, New York City, all that East Coast stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
so you know, just everybody in school just having like the latest Jordans and stuff like that. I fell in love with it. I couldn't afford them at the time, so I got my first job at Walgreens. So
okay,
so then
okay, okay.
yeah, so then after that, you know, it was love at first sight, man. I just started getting a whole bunch of Jordans and a whole bunch of different sneakers, and after that, it was just, you know, my first one that I actually got on my own was to which is kind of crazy, is the Defining Moments package.
Oh wow,
That was the
that's
first
crazy.
the first pair I bought on my own.
That's a good one to get on your own.
2006. I camped out 24 hours in the snow and
Right.
got them. So
Appreciate it.
That's where it was for me. Honestly, I mean, just seeing, just like I said, being around that culture and stuff like that, being in Boston, seeing everybody in school, wanting to be, wanting to fit in and be able to have, the latest Jordans and the latest Nikes that came out. It was just one of those. I wasn't big on Adidas because only thing we saw in Boston for Adidas was top 10s. That was it. That's all they wear, top 10s.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really big on trying to follow that trend, but I like the direction Adidas is taking over the years. And I've definitely bought some Adidas with due time. But yeah, that was it for me, man. The Jordan 12 playoff, that was the first one that really caught my eye.
I respect that.
Yeah,
I respect
so
that.
was the one.
So now I'm gonna flip it a little bit. What did you learn? What did you learn from that first job?
What did I learn from that first job?
Yeah.
I learned a lot. Trust me, I learned how to save money because I would just go paycheck to paycheck and buy like every single release. I was nonstop. So when I was at Walgreens, I went from being a service clerk all the way to being a photo technician, and then just kind of just took it from there. But that was a span of 9 years. So.
Oh wow! You were there for a minute.
I was there for a minute until I started getting the NBA gig going, and then that kind of took off. And then I'm just blessed that everything happened the way it did. And I was able to. Luckily, I started so early at Walgreens. I started when I was 13. So it was to the point that when I was in college, I was able to get some hours in too because I was able to transfer. So it just all worked out for me.
That's dope. I love that. Like I love hearing people's like the backstory about people because I feel like you learn so much about who they are and what they represent. And a lot of times you see people like, oh, I'm just a sneaker guy, but there's so much more to the people in the sneaker world. Like some of my best friends came out of the sneaker world, and it's like I don't even talk to them now about sneakers anymore. Like I talk to them about what's going on with life and how they're doing and things like that. So like I love to be able to get like a deeper story behind like everybody knows you're a sneaker reporter and know you like doing NBA stuff now, but like where did it come from? Like I think people need to recognize the work and recognize how you got where you are. So I respect that.
Definitely. It took a long time to get to where I'm at now. I feel confident in my own skin now. When I first started doing reporting in 2009 for the Celtics, I was taking pictures and stuff like of what Ray Allen was wearing. Ray Allen's P's were crazy. And, I was taking pictures of his P's and stuff like that. And when different players would come into town, I would take pictures of their sneakers. But, like, nobody was jumping on it back then like that. It was like I would post stuff and I would get 10 likes. And I'd be like, dang, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing or not. You know what I'm saying? But I was just trying to set aside and find my own niche and be able to be different. It wasn't until I talked to Stephen A. Smith one time, and he was just like, he was like, you wear sneakers and stuff like that off, outside of the arena. He was like, well, you just wear sneakers in the arena, and you could be the sneaker reporter. You could be the reporter that wears sneakers while you're reporting.
Really?
And he was kind of the one that kind of molded that for me. So it was kind of crazy talking to him and Mark Spears from the Untitled and Undisputed, excuse me, and just talking to them. And those are kind of the OGs that kind of like paved the way because I used to wear suit and tie combination at every single game. You know, so they were like, hey, find your own niche and be able to, create content and be different. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that came from.
That's a big thing. And I don't think a lot of people get that, like being able to create your own lane and being able to do like your own singular thing like that helps shape who you are and shape how people see your content. A lot of times, like we try to emulate who we see, and that's great to start. But after you get your feet grounded, like you got to start adding in your own personality. And that's why people come to you. People come to you because they know what you do, as opposed to you be coming to you because you do something just like Stephen A. Smith. That ain't why they want to see you.
Yeah, facts. That's why I just try to be different. I try to give a little bit of my passion for the sneakers, but then still flip it on the other side. Like, no, I'm still interviewing these players. I'm still doing work, so it's kind of like it's best of both worlds for me. That's why I don't think it's work at all, So I definitely cherish every moment. Yeah, I definitely cherish every moment in those locker rooms, and I cherish the moments outside the locker room. You know what I'm saying? But enough about me, though. Enough about me. So how did you get into what what was your first shoe? What was the start of your passion? And just tell us, for everybody that doesn't know, what you're doing now.
My first my first sneaker that I thought was really cool was like the Air Jordan 4 and the Air Jordan 5. So in my old neighborhood, like this is when I was a little kid. So in my neighborhood, all the older guys, they played ball, and they were playing in the Jordans. So they were playing in the fours and the fives. And you know, as a kid, you see these older guys like they're fast, they got handles, they're dunking. So you see that as a kid, you're like, I want to be that. Like I want
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
that guy. And so that's my first memory of a sneaker. I wasn't in love with sneakers then. Like they more made me fall in love with basketball than they did. I look like I'm in a library in a study. Let me move.
man, you good, you good, man, you good.
I
Hey,
feel like I'm in a study.
man,
So
you good. Regardless, you good.
we put some sneakers behind it.
There you
And
go.
so I fell in love with basketball from watching them, but I know like I remember them having on the Jordan 4 and the Jordan 5.
Yeah,
The first shoe that like caught my eye, I remember I was in a mall and I saw the Air Max 95 on a
nice.
shelf.
Ooh,
And I remember it was one of those things like when I walked by, it was kind of like one of those like, oh, what is that? Like that kind of thing. And like
yeah,
that is why that's like the first shoe that I was like, okay, like I need like I want that shoe. It looks so cool.
yeah,
First shoe I bought with my money was the 11s, the black and red 11s. And then it's just kind of been like a slow grind, picking up stuff here and there
yeah.
until like 2009 when I started working in sneakers. When I started writing for Kicks on Fire, so I started writing for Kicks on Fire back in 2009, and I did
Okay,
that for a few years. Did a little bit of time in Nice Kicks, and then that's when I started doing it on my own in 2013.
nice, nice. What did you learn from those experiences that Kicks on Fire and Nice Kicks that made you want to propel to be like, you know what, I think I could do this on my own. I think I got it.
Yeah. I would say Kicks on Fire taught me like the grind because I was nobody. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't have a name in the sneaker world. I wasn't on Nike Talk. I wasn't on any of the forums or any of that kind of stuff. So I was
Yeah,
literally nobody walking into the sneaker world. So I had to like really work to get my name out there. And so like I was just like writing as much as I can, digesting as much as I can. Because even though I love basketball and I love sneakers, I wasn't like researching who the designer was and all of that sort of information like that just I liked them and I picked up sneakers, but
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
wasn't that deep into it. I would say I was more of a casual sneakerhead, but I recognized that by getting that job at Kicks on Fire, I needed to dig in and get all of that information and
definitely.
equip myself with that info, especially if I wanted to be respected in the community. So that's kind of where I would say that if anything, Kicks on Fire taught me the grind. It also taught me like the business of sneakers. I had no idea like sneakers could be somebody's job. You know what I mean?
Definitely,
So
definitely.
that was insane for me. So to be able to do that that was a big lesson learned. Nice Kicks taught me again, it's business. Like it's all business. Like it ain't nothing personal. It's
Yeah,
business, and that's what pushed me to really do it by myself and just get out there and really bank on me and hopefully make think that I could make it.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Shout out to Matt too. Definitely. But
Absolutely.
it's crazy because like I was at a point where I kind of got stuck where it was like I was like I don't know if I want to do the sneaker thing or if I want to do the basketball thing or what's gonna happen. And I remember I reached out to Nice Kicks a couple of times and stuff like that, and I tried to work
Mm-hmm.
with them and try to do some stuff, see if I can get them, just get them to be like, hey, let's do some inside the arena stuff, and then
Yeah.
work on it outside and everything. Give them a firsthand experience,
Right. Right.
and but at the same time, like that was around the same time, like just trying to be your own boss, like and be able to do your own thing. I got to find my own niche and be able
Yeah.
to. So that's why I started the whole Sneaker Reporter branding and everything like that because I felt like I needed to just be my own boss and help other people, be able to get in a position that they could win. So and it's crazy too because a lot of my writers that I think a couple of them are actually in here and they admire the work that you put in. You know what I'm saying? So they were hyped up when I put it up. They were like, "Yo, you gotta be kidding me!" I'm like, "Hey, we about to make it happen, man." So a lot of people look up to what we doing, man. We just gotta continue to keep pushing.
Yeah, and that's honestly that's my bigger goal. As you can see, I'm unhappy with the way that any of this looks. which is my
You good, bro?
lighting issues that I've been having today. I honestly, like, that's the bigger thing for me, and that's what I've been really trying to preach, is that, like, of the opportunities that I've been given doing this sneaker thing, it I don't see it being about me at all. Like, if anything, I want people to kind of see what I'm doing and use it as a springboard to go, I can at least do what Jacques is doing.
Yeah,
Like, I can at least do that. You know what I mean? And then, like, what can they take off from here? Like, I without a doubt know that, like, I stand on, like, the shoulders of guys like Clark Kent and Russ Bankston and guys like that did this sneaker thing before me, and I've been able to step in and kind of take that to the next level and broaden the scope of what you can do in sneakers. And now I feel like the next generation that's coming up now that's watching me, like, they're gonna do way more than
yeah,
I ever imagined being
definitely.
possible. And, like, that's what it's about, showing that don't let the world of sneakers be the limit for what you can do. There's so much more out there. And
Hmm.
I'm really excited about seeing, like, where the personalities that come up in the sneaker world, where they go from here. Even like you, like, seeing you get on ESPN or Fox Sports One or something like that, like that's the next level. It's like people see that and they go, man, damn, I can do that. Like, I can go,
Yeah,
oh, the sneakers got him on ESPN.
yeah,
Okay, all right. Well, I'm sneakers gonna have me at the Grammys, or sneakers gonna have
yeah,
me at the Oscars. You know what I mean? Or
yeah,
sneakers gonna have me at the White House. So, like, there's all these things and places that we can go. It's just a matter of, like, seeing people do it. You know what I mean?
definitely.
We know that you can make money in sneakers. We know that sneakers can bring you into the light. Now we just need to see it step up and be bigger and better.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. And TJ, I've had some chances to get on TV as far as like full time. It's just it's all about creative control, and that's the biggest thing. The thing is everything's scripted. And for me and what my brand represents, I want to just be my own boss and be able to do my own thing. So I turned down a couple of them. But, you know, at the end of the day, my thing was, if I'm an independent, business owner in this industry, I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that I was gonna do right by them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And my thing was, if I gave in and was like, all right, let me put the sneaker reporter stuff aside and go to ESPN, then the other person that's trying to start up a sneaker reporter or whatever they're trying to start up, they're gonna feel like, you know what? Well, he gave in. I might as well just give in too. And I didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely wanted to open some doors and let people know that anything's possible. And that was the biggest thing for me.
yeah,
That was creative control is more important than a check for me, because at the end of the day, I know what I'm putting out, and I know the content I'm putting out, and I know my audience. So if they tell me
yeah.
to do something else that my audience doesn't like or doesn't rock with, I know I'm gonna start losing that audience. So it was all about just being able to be myself. So I can see it happening sooner down the line when it's all said and done. But my main goal is to have a sneaker reporter for every single team and be able to have
Right.
a whole bunch of people across the country and have it like an ESPN Boston, ESPN New York, how they have it set up, but with all sneaker reporters. So that's the ultimate goal, and that's what I'm trying to
That's
get to.
dope.
I'm
I love
thinking
that.
futuristic right now, and that's what the main goal is, pumping out the sneaker reporter merchandise as well and stuff like that. But that's the goal. But I want to ask you, and I could probably follow up after, but I want to ask you, what's your biggest accomplishment? And I want to tell you too, I meant to always tell you this. I hated a little bit on you, and I'm gonna admit this on the live,
Oh,
because
okay.
I'm gonna admit this on the live because I'm like, man, I'm trying to get to that level where I'm getting the unboxings and doing different things like that, and it just never happened. Well, it's happening now slowly, but I always thought about it. I was like, man, I got to do something, man. I got to figure out how to get myself out there and everything like that. So I've been watching your unboxings for years, man, and I honestly do appreciate the work that you put in. And I'm gonna say it for everybody, we all appreciate you, man, for real, for real. You
Oh, thank
doing
you.
you're doing big things, man. But what's your biggest accomplishment? And
Hmm.
just talk about that accomplishment, what it grew into.
Gosh, that's a great question. I would say the biggest accomplishment is me starting and doing it on my own. So
Okay.
uh, I lost my job in 2013, and a
Oh
week
wow.
later, a week later, I put up a video on my own YouTube channel, and my thought was, hey, I'm going to create my own sneaker blog. This was back when the blogs kind of ruled the sneaker world.
Yeah.
My thought was, I'll create my own sneaker blog, but it'll be on the internet. It'll be like it'll be like, a YouTube version of Sneaker News or Complex or Nice Kicks or Kicks on Fire, or any of those things. So
Okay.
I would say that's my biggest accomplishment, is taking that initiative to do it on my own. And like, without that moment, without me taking that risk, none of this would have happened. Yet there was a ton of work, obviously, that went into getting me to where I am now. But the risk, having to take that risk, I would say, is the biggest accomplishment so far.
Got you. And I can actually piggyback off that risk, because I came out to Oklahoma City and I didn't even have anything set in stone when I left Boston. When I left the Celtics, I didn't have anything set in stone. So when I met with the Thunder, they was like, you can get all your stuff out here, whoop, whoop, whoop. I was like, my stuff out here? I'm already out here. I moved out here.
Right.
I was like, I'm ready to go.
That's amazing.
They looked at me like I was crazy. They was like, what? I was like, yeah, I already moved everything out here. All my stuff from Boston, woo, woo. So you got to take a chance and a risk on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't know what's at the other end of that door until you open it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You have to find out. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely. You have to. And like, you don't want to live with the regret of knowing that you didn't try. I think that makes a big difference. Is like, no, try and bet on you, and that makes all the difference in the world. I'm back over to my study.
Oh, you good?
My bookshelf. I'm just moving around the room.
Back to the library. We good.
Nervous. Yeah, back to the IKEA 7-book library.
Yeah. We're good. Hey, we're gonna a lot of people are asking about questions. We're gonna leave the questions probably like the last 10 minutes or whatever like that. We'll let everybody jump in and ask any questions and stuff like that. Obviously, you said you're into sneakers, you're into basketball. Who's your favorite basketball team? Who's your favorite basketball player? And I'll say current and all time. And then also, what's your favorite shoe of all time?
Favorite shoe of all time. Favorite team is the Lakers. Born and raised here in Los Angeles, so I kind of have no choice unless you like the JV team, and nobody really likes the JV team here in LA. Favorite player all time would probably be Magic Johnson.
Okay.
I just think his court vision was just incredible. I just like the way he saw the floor was really dope.
Yeah.
I think he inspired a ton of different point guards after him.
Definitely.
My favorite player now, that's a great question. God, I want to say KD, probably KD.
Okay.
Or maybe Bron. Yeah. My favorite sneaker of all time. This has changed. It used to be the Converse Chuck Taylor. Just because in addition to wanting to play basketball, like I wanted to be a rock star when I was younger, and like this big rapper and all that. So all the rock stars and all them, like we'd always see them wearing Converse, wearing Chuck Taylors. And I thought, like, that's just part of the uniform. Like, that's part of the uniform. So it always kind of was the Chuck Taylor. Now it would probably be like the one, because I wear one so much now that it's probably the look around here. Yeah. Yeah.
You got a lot of Jordan 1 boxes behind you, so I mean
yeah. The Jordan 1 is probably my favorite, and probably like I probably barely wear these. I wear like 3 pair of ones. I wear my black toes. I wear the ones from All Star in New Orleans, and then I wear the Flyknit Royal pair.
And I love those.
Yeah, I rotate between those 3 like crazy, probably way more than I should.
I got you. What would you? This is going strictly off the top of the dome. What's your what would you say is your best package all time that you ever received from a sneaker company?
Best package all time?
Yep. That package that when you got it, you was like, man, this is crazy.
There's been a couple of them that have been really, really crazy. So I'll go through a couple. So there's one
Okay.
from Adidas. Adidas sent me the Ultra Boost All Terrain to unbox, and they put it in like this Yeti case, and it had like this dry ice inside of it. And so like when you open it up, it like popped open, and like all this dry ice came up from the bottom, and this smoke came up, and it was just like super sick. So that
That's
was really,
crazy.
that was really crazy. And then what other one? Microsoft sent me the Atmos Xbox collaboration, and
Okay.
it was in like this giant like military case. But then you opened it up, it had the Atmos Air Max ones with the, they had the elephant print on them, and then the Xbox, that Xbox in there, it had the elephant print on them and the elephant print on the controllers. So
Oh,
like
that's
that one was like, yeah, like that's crazy because I love video games. So the meshing of like the video game world and the sneaker world is something that I'm super into.
definitely.
What else? Let me see. Probably and I kind of have to go back to like my very first like multi-camera unboxing. Nike Running sent me like this Zoom kit from this was I just looked at it. I think this was 2014 or 2015, and it was like this hard case, but it had like a pair of Pegasus in there. Then it had like a bunch of different running gear in there. But that was the first one that I did where I used multiple cameras
Okay.
for the unboxing. So it was really bootleg though. I had like one camera in my hand like this, and I had a camera over there pointing down. I think I had one over here pointing down. I was in like at like the dining room table, and just doing it and like setting one camera down to take these out and showing it and bringing the camera back to show what was inside the box. But it was like the start of the whole like multi-camera unboxing idea that I had. So that's probably, yeah, that's
Nah,
probably
that's
the
dope.
one.
Man. That's dope, man. Honestly, both of us been blessed, man. We both been blessed.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? You a little bit more than me, but I'm gonna catch up.
Ah,
Though. My blessings are coming.
hey, man, like it's all relative. It's all relative.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, definitely. I definitely I definitely watch a lot of the unboxings. I see when you're at the events too, when they have you speaking as well, and
Yeah,
those are super cool too. That I honestly, for me as a reporter, I like those accomplishments. For you, especially because I know those mean a lot to you. That they're like, you know what, come on through for KD's new shoe, or come on through for such and such
yeah,
new shoe, and then your moment with Kobe and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So many different opportunities that you've had, and at the same time, even me with interviewing players and stuff like that. I think a lot of the things that we're doing is groundbreaking, and a lot of people they weren't catching up to it at the time, but now I feel like everybody's caught on. Like, okay, these are the guys we need to look after.
yeah, yeah. And I think sneakers has gotten so big. I think brands have kind of started to look outside of sneaker quote unquote people,
Yeah,
and like that's great to grow the brand. But I think they also need to make sure that they don't forget the root, and like don't dismiss the root for the outside. Like you definitely need to take care of the roots, as well. But I think they're learning that.
yeah, they are. They are. What was I gonna say? For me, my favorite sneaker would definitely be the Air Jordan 4. I
Okay.
want the Air Jordan 4 Lightning. That's the one out. That's the one.
Yeah,
That's the one
yeah,
I've been waiting for, man. The crazy part is in '06 when they came out, or '05, one of the two. I ended up passing up on it, and I was, oh, they'll probably be sitting, and they didn't sit, and uh,
uh,
and I missed out on it. That's the one I want. Me being from Boston, I'm always gonna pick the Celtics no matter what. That's my favorite team. So we had the little rivalry. You know what's up. So I ain't even gonna say nothing. But growing up, my favorite player to watch was well, I would say, yeah, my favorite player all time obviously would probably be Allen Iverson. If I was gonna pick one, it'd be between AI and Ray Allen. I'll split those two.
okay,
Those are the two
okay,
players that I watched the most and tried to
yeah,
mimic
yeah,
my game after. Those were the two. I definitely like MJ too. Obviously, I don't want nobody jumping on me. MJ's my guy too. But those were
yeah,
the two that I watched. And as far as favorite player right now, I'd probably say Kevin Durant. Just because he can do everything, and he's like
yep,
7 feet tall. I mean, he does it all. You know what I'm saying? Crossover, pull up, don't matter. Go to the
yeah. He's a
rack.
problem.
You know what I'm saying? He could do it all. So
Yeah, he is
those
a
were,
problem.
yeah,
I
he
love it.
definitely is. He definitely is, man. He's honestly, he's one of the people that really put me on the map because when I came out to Oklahoma City, like he gave me a lot of insight on his KD6s all the way to the KD8,
Oh
and
wow, that's dope.
he gave me a lot of insight. So I had a lot of information ahead of time, so I would pump it out there, and then a lot of sneaker blogs would catch up. You know, they caught on,
That's
and
fire.
that's when I started finding some traction. Because when I came to Oklahoma City, I only had 7,000 followers. So now I'm close to I think 100,000 finally. At 100,000, I'm tapping out though.
Ah,
That's it for me, man. Because I feel like you put so much work in, and then it's like you finally get to that 100,000 or something. It's like man, I'm a slowly because right now I'm just pumping out content like crazy. But as soon as I hit 100,000, I think I'm gonna do like one post a day type of thing. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. But
yeah,
I gotta make sure they mean something at that point. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I don't want to
that's
just
dope.
keep I don't want to just keep feeding people with so much content to the point you're like, oh, here we go.
But I mean, if people have a, you have to realize if people have an appetite for it, then why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely,
Do,
definitely. I just don't want people to, keep. I don't want people to forget the reporting side, and I feel like sometimes I oversaturate with the sneakers. So it's like I don't want teams to think, oh, he's just coming in here to talk about sneakers. You know what I'm saying? So
well, I mean, I feel like players appreciate that because that gives them something else to talk about. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they're always talking about the game, and every reporter is just grilling them about the game. If you got a sneaker question, it kind of gives them a bit of a reprieve from all
yeah,
of that. So
yeah.
they may like it more. They may like that more than you think.
Yeah, nah, I'm pretty sure they do. It's just sometimes in those scrums, those media scrums, it's awkward. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those
Yeah.
where people are like, they'll be like, yeah, man, you scored 22 points tonight, blah blah blah, and I'm like, hey, man, what about them Air Jordan 11s you rocked tonight? You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right. Yeah.
it's kind of like, and then they jump back into like a regular question, so it's kind of awkward. So it's like if I don't really get a one-on-one, then it's like I don't really try to force the issue. But I've been I've been fortunate to get close to a lot of players where I can get a lot of stuff on the side that I need. So
Yeah. That's dope.
it's
That's
worked out.
awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely worked out. Shout out to C Hendo too, man. He over here talking reckless. Yeah, oh,
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
he's
all
still
that
talking
work
reckless.
he over there doing. Yeah,
He's
I don't even
still
want to
talking
hear it.
reckless. He said I'm NBA royalty. He hilarious. But
Oh, stop it.
where do you see the sneaker culture going in the next 5 years? If you could put your futuristic hat on, where do
Yeah,
you see it
yeah.
going in the next 5 years, and what do you expect from it?
Well, my hope is that it continues to grow. My hope is that the sneaker world continues to grow and gets bigger. I think there's a ton of opportunity for the sneaker world and for sneakers in general. I don't think it's gotten as big as it can get, and I think that makes it better for us and those that are coming up along with us. That the bigger the sneaker world is, the more people get to see the things that we love and that we're passionate about. So my hope is that it continues to grow and continues to get larger and more people get interested in it because it'll allow us to share something that we're passionate about with them and hopefully get people into it. And I'm not saying I'm not looking to create more quote unquote sneakerheads, but I do want to create people that have an appreciation for sneakers the same way that we have appreciation for other things.
Definitely, I totally agree. I feel the same way. I honestly think like they just need to be able to listen to a lot more people that are in the industry, but at the same time, like those guys that are coming up that you can do different collabs with everybody. I feel like they're just going to the artists right now for the collabs. It's like you can collab with a lot of people. There's so many different avenues and lanes now that you can
Yeah.
really collaborate. Me and Nike almost had something go down. You know what I'm saying when PG was here. And like a little sneaker reporter PG collab going. And like certain things like that can happen if you present the opportunity and if you have the right theme. So
Yep.
I want to see them be able to outreach to so many people, as far as moving forward. If you're being so strict with everything that you're doing, there's not going to be allowed too much growth. So sometimes
Yeah.
you got to reel back and be like, you know what, let's let this one go. We'll wait for the bigger fish and then go over that, go for the bigger opportunity moving down forward. So that's what I
Yeah.
want to see happen.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I think it will. I think that they see that the sneaker world is growing, and they see that the different personalities are having a bigger part of that. And I think that they're going to recognize that.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the good thing about, I guess it's a gift and a curse, because I put out sneaker content, but at the same time, I'm one of those people that are reachable. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when, say for instance, like, I'll give you the perfect example. Nike thought that I leaked the PG2 PlayStation, right? But they thought I leaked it. But I'm like, I'm at the game where he's debuting it, so I'm not. Why would I leak something I'm here for? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was kind of like,
Yeah.
it was one of those situations where I'm looking at it like, I'm one of those people. If I put something out, they're gonna think automatically they're gonna come for me because I'm reachable, because I'm in the arenas. They can get to me. As in somebody
Yeah.
else that just put something out, you know what I'm saying? They can't really go to their mom's basement and find it, you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
find it.
That's
So
100. That's a keep
so
it
you know what I'm
100.
saying? So I usually take the fall. So I haven't really posted like stuff like that anymore in the last couple of years. Only time I post is like official pictures now, and I just try to keep it cordial. And
Yeah.
Nike rewarded me, you know what I'm saying? They sent me out there to the campus and stuff like that, and I
That's
saw a
dope.
lot of product and everything like that. But that's the main thing. I don't like being the fall guy, so I'm trying to stay away from that.
I respect that. I respect
Yeah,
that.
definitely. But I'm trying to be like you, though. I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to get to those events where, I could be able to be there for those moments and be able to, I don't even want to host. I don't care if I'm sitting in the back. I just want to
Ah.
be able to, I just want to be able to be one of those people that are just in that presence of that area, that space, just being in that sneaker culture environment. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm getting there.
Look, I'm the same way. Look, I'm not too far removed, bro. I get excited and I feel lucky every time they invite me as well. Like I take I take what I do as a privilege. I know that I'm lucky. I don't have any skills. My skills aren't any more than anybody else in the sneaker world that talks or loves sneakers. I know that I'm very, very lucky, and I take it as a privilege whenever I'm able to be able to do this and to be able to make this my job. So I don't think you're the only one. Every time I get that email, I'm like, yes, because you know they could
See,
turn.
but that's the
You
see
never know.
see, but that's why people love you so much, is because of the passion. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I've always respected. And I've told you that years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always been the love, just the fact that I know that you really genuinely love it. It
Yeah,
means so much more to me. You know what I'm saying? Because usually they'll get some people in there that don't even know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And just like, yeah, go ahead and go on up there and do something. And we're talking about the KD 18 today or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if
yeah,
you don't know what you're talking about, then it's like, and you're not passionate about it, then you're not going to understand what people want. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that you've always been able to do. You know your audience and you know what they like. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, exactly what to do. And that branding
yeah.
that you have for yourself is perfect, bro. For real, for real.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
It
Thank you, man.
definitely is.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, for real, for real. Because honestly, like, a lot of people want to be in your shoes, my shoes, but they don't see the backside of things. They don't see the behind the scenes grind either. And
Right.
that's one thing that
At
people need
all.
to appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Is that hard work we put in behind the cameras off, all that stuff. So for real.
Yeah, get back. I mean, it. I feel like it comes across, and people see that, and people realize that, because I think that's important. I think it's important to stay hungry and not let a little bit of access make you think like you've made it. Like
Yeah,
I don't think that at all. I think like I worked just as hard as I did that day I put up that first video. I worked
yeah,
just as hard today just to make sure that it all goes across, that it all works.
definitely, definitely. What would you say? What would you say is something that you would tell yourself 10 years ago when you did the Kicks on Fire? What would you tell? What would you go back and tell that 10 years ago? That 10 years ago, Jack, just about everything that's going on now, like as far as getting to where you are now.
I probably would, if I told him anything, I would just be like, work harder, like, because and like immerse yourself in this, because I think that is what has made the difference for me is the work. Like it's the work is what got me here. Like
Mm-hmm.
not nothing, being able to put in work and showing that I could, showing, improving, constantly showing, improving that I belong to be here and that I'm passionate enough to be here. So if I told myself anything, it would just be like, yeah, keep working, keep your nose to the grindstone and get it in, and you'll see the results. You may not see it now, but you'll see it. You'll see it when it's supposed to happen, because that's a big thing for me as part of as a religious guy. My
Yeah.
my thought is like there's always seeds being planted, and
Okay.
whether or not I see them grow is not the point. It's the fact that I'm putting in the work, planting the seeds and watering those seeds, and that is what makes the difference.
Definitely. I totally agree, especially being religious on my end too. Like, it's crazy times right now, but the faith is what's keeping us going. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
So at the end of the
absolutely.
day, you gotta apply that same faith to your work ethic, and you
Yep.
gotta make sure that you maintain that same hunger, and that's why I'll have people come up to me, even like other reporters and stuff. They're like, "Why are you going so hard? You already made it, man. You're good now." And I'm like, "Nah, nah, nah. Like, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep
No
going.
such thing.
There's no
No
such thing
such
as
thing.
stopping
There's
for
no
me."
such thing. I mean, think about guys like The Rock. Like The
Yeah,
Rock technically made it when he was huge in the WWE. Like
yeah.
as a wrestler, like The Rock made it,
He
and
was
now
huge.
look, and he was here, and look where he is now. Like that's because you don't stop. You don't let your foot off the gas. You continue working. You continue pressing yourself to be better, and continue making opportunities for yourself to make the situation better. Because the I don't work for me. I work for those that are coming up behind me. Like it's about the legacy. It's not about
Definitely.
me. Like
That's
the
that,
people, my
yep.
mom, my dad, like they put in the work for me. Now I got to put in the work for those that are behind me.
Definitely. I always tell people that it's so crazy because I tell people I'm not worried about the money. I'm worried about the legacy. I'm worried about when I'm dead and gone. They be like, you know what? Trav did that whole sneaker reporter thing, and he took it to that next level. You know what I'm saying? He opened doors for other people, and I try to talk to the kids about that too. They're like, oh man, you meet this person, that person. I'm like, yeah, but it don't come without hard work. You know,
Yep.
sometimes you got to be lucky too, though. And,
That.
and sometimes that luck it works in your favor. You know what I'm saying? So you
Oh, you're
definitely,
100% lucky. Like don't
yeah,
let like people like nobody deserves anything. Like it's a combination of luck and hard work. Like
definitely,
I got lucky that I started writing for Kicks on Fire. Like that wasn't something I deserved to write for Kicks on Fire. I just so happened to know
mm-hmm.
somebody that worked there and they were hiring, and
Yeah,
so I they thought of me, and I got hired. Like that I didn't do anything. That like I got lucky and got that. And
yeah,
and doing video, like I didn't know unboxing sneakers was going to turn into what it is. I got lucky. I didn't do anything that other guys on YouTube aren't doing to get a million followers. Like
mm-hmm.
Nightwing has done everything that I've done and more on YouTube. He should have a million followers. Same thing with Fomer. He should
Yeah,
have a million followers. I just got lucky. So I don't like I got lucky, but I and I not to say take away from people putting in work and doing hard work, but you have to acknowledge the fact that you got lucky. You're not doing anything that somebody else isn't able to do or capable of doing. Like there's plenty of guys that played ball better than Jordan. But
yeah,
Jordan got lucky and went to North Carolina, and from North Carolina went to the Bulls, got lucky, got drafted by the Bulls. He would have came out a year earlier, or somebody would have made a trade, or the Bulls didn't want to trade for him. Like
yeah,
that's all luck. That's not something you deserve. So you got to put in the work and let the opportunities and make the most of those opportunities that'll be around you.
yeah. Definitely, definitely. You said it. You said it best right there. You like I said, you got to just have a little bit of luck and a lot of faith with you. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you got to be in the right place at the right time, man. I happen to be at the right place at the right time. When I started, I was at the Pistons versus Celtics Eastern Conference Finals back in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
They played, or 2007, 2008. I was at the game as a fan, and usually I had nosebleed seats, so usually before the game they let you come down, take pictures on the court, and then you head back
Yeah.
up to your seat. I ran into somebody that knew my dad that was working with the Celtics at the time, and he ended up giving me his spot because he was about to retire. If I didn't go to the game, I wouldn't have saw him.
Right.
I would have never exchanged that information. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So a lot of people don't know that. That's how it just kind of like happened that way. I wasn't even supposed to be at that game. I got the game as a free ticket. I wasn't even supposed to be. So things just happen that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And in 2010, 2011, I had everything taken away from me because I wasn't taking my deadline serious as a writer. And
Mm-hmm.
and this is the moment that changed my life because I was staying out, you know, all my friends are going out, hanging out, partying, doing everything, and I'm at the game talking about some just typing away.
Yep,
And
yep, yep.
I could never go out with them. And I started going out with them, hanging out with them, missing deadlines, wasn't doing stuff on time. And then they came in and was like, "Hey man, we gotta take it from you. It's over, man." So I remember 2012, 2011, that Thanksgiving, my family laid it on me. They was like, "You supposed to be at this game. You supposed to be doing this. Woo woo woo. All this, that, and the third." And I felt like I was like in a deep depression at that moment because I was like, "Man, it's over, man." Like I was like, "It's over."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they called me back for that lockout season 2012. They was like, "We don't know why we called."
Wow.
They was like, "We don't know why we're calling you back, but we're gonna give you one more chance." I never looked back, man. I've been covering
That's it.
USA basketball, All-Star weekends. I've done everything you can think of ever since that moment, man. So you gotta have that.
That's it.
You gotta have that rude awakening sometimes to make you go harder. You know,
Yep.
because I was so busy trying to worry about what everybody else was doing. I wasn't worried about the blessing that was in front of me and being able to take advantage of that. So ever since
Yep.
that moment, I never looked back, man. And I feel like, you know, things are happening for a reason, just like they are for you.
Yeah, that's what it is. Grind. It's grind. You gotta put in the work. It's an action. Like faith is an action. Faith isn't just sitting around doing nothing. Faith is an action. You gotta have faith in yourself. You gotta put in the work, and that doesn't mean necessarily that it's going to happen, but
Yeah.
you gotta put in the work in order for it to even be a possibility.
Definitely, definitely, and that's one of the things I try to hold my head on, man. For real, for real. Last question, and then we're gonna get into fan stuff. You know,
Okay.
everybody want to talk to you on here.
They don't
Uh,
want to talk to me. They want to talk
yeah,
to you.
right, yeah. What do you think will slow down the hype beasts and the bots that are killing the sneaker culture right now, especially on that Westbrook release? I'm a little upset. That splash zone.
Uh, I think it'll be as long as people can make money off of it, and I think that's what it's going to continue.
Okay.
Like the bots and the hype culture, like it results in money, and
Yep.
in this world, like the fact is, hype has always been there. Like hype isn't new to the sneaker world.
Of
Hype has
course not.
always been there. It's just that we see it more because of the internet, and the internet brings it more to light. However, it's always been there. There's always been a hype culture attached to sneakers. The bots and stuff like that, I think, came as a result of the culture growing and there people seeing that they can make money.
Yeah.
So that is where I think as long as people can make money off of it, people are going to abuse and or do what they need to do to make money, which is their prerogative. As
Yeah.
some purists aren't going to like that because they're not going to have the access to things that they want or that they think they deserve. But
Hmm.
again, nobody deserves anything. Like you've been there for the culture, and I appreciate your perspective and your historical context on things, and that's definitely good and it's needed in the culture.
Yeah.
But in order for the culture to grow, we also need that other side. We need that hype. We need the resellers. We need that in order to grow the culture as well. So it's going to be there, and it's a part of the community. There were resellers and quote bots before sneaker culture grew big. You just didn't know about them because most people weren't into sneakers the way that they are now. So
Yeah.
it's always been resellers. There's always been collectors. There's always been this community that bought shoes and you had to pay higher than retail in order to get them. It's just that we know about it more now.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with you. You know, I feel like some of the sneaker companies are actually getting a lot smarter too because they know the hype is there. So with the hype, what they're doing is they're putting the shoe out, but they're putting limited quantity, excuse me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're putting limited
Yep.
quantity, and with the hype there, I feel like, for instance, like with the Westbrook Splash Zone, the packaging was already hyped up. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, we're ready for this," and then all of a sudden, it's like the drop comes in, and they probably only had 350 pairs or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't know how many they had. So I think hype beasts are always going to be around, like you said, Nate. And the thing is, the hype helps the shoes and helps selling. But I think sooner or later they're going to have to figure something out. I think it probably will go back to to the stores having the lines again. I think it'll get back to that because that's the culture. Because those lines used to create a lot of hype. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stories as well. You don't really have any stories of sitting in line on Nike.com. You know what I'm saying? So so I think it'll get back to that sooner or later because they understand the whole process. The thing is, people got to be more careful. I think they need more security at those releases as well. You know what I'm saying, to be able to handle that. But just being at different shoe releases and over the years, all the ones that I was at always had a lot of security and stuff like that. The only time something got crazy was when I was in DC. I think I was getting like a KD4. I think it was the KD4 Nerf. And when I was out there in DC trying to get that, and some people was trying to rob people in the line or something. But other than that, it's like they need to get back to making it more personal again. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the culture needs. Okay, definitely, definitely. My last one for you. What's the one shoe? What's the one shoe that you like? You're like, I need to get my hands on that you haven't got. Everybody's saying they can't hear you. Yeah, they're saying they can't hear you. I can hear you perfectly. Weird though. I can. Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't know if they can. Okay, can y'all hear? Y'all hear? Oh wow, they said they can't hear you. Try it again. Oh, he left. He left. He's gonna probably try to come back in. Yeah, that's weird though, cause I can hear him this whole time. All right, let me see. Okay, well, he's coming back in now. Let's see if it got fixed.
All right, see, did that work?
I can hear you
That
still. Everybody,
I
I want
bet.
to see if everybody else can hear you.
Okay, I left and came back in. Can y'all hear me now? No.
Nobody said anything yet.
Yo, what up, Big Dave 56? Can y'all hear
What
me
up,
now?
Big Dave? What up?
Soul Man, good. Valet,
All
Skybank
right,
92.
cool.
Yes. Okay. Yes, they can hear me. Um,
Okay.
so the one sneaker that I haven't had my hands on that I really want. Geez, that's a really great question. You know what? Honestly, um, because I'm so blessed and I have so many sneakers, there's nothing that I want and that I think I absolutely need to have. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like I'm blessed beyond measure. So there's nothing that I absolutely need to have that I'm like, this is like my grail, or like the holy sneaker, like
Yeah.
that's gonna stop it for me. I don't think I don't have a sneaker like that. Or at
Oh,
least it hasn't been made yet. Let's put it that way.
okay. Okay. I got you. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. You've accumulated a lot of heat over the years.
Yeah.
So
Way too
I
much, way too
definitely,
many sneakers.
man, I gotta start condensing, man. I gotta figure it out, man. I got a lot of shoes myself, so I gotta figure it out, man. Cause I got shoes still in Boston. I got shoes in Oklahoma. I got shoes
Jeez.
in storage. I gotta figure it out, man. So
Yeah, yeah, that
big
storage
big
bill ain't
moves,
no joke.
big moves coming this summer though. Y'all make sure y'all keep y'all eyes peeled.
That's what I'm talking about.
I got
That's what
some
I'm talking about.
I got some stuff coming in the works. You know what I'm saying? So when I do make that situation happen, I'm gonna get them all in one place and we'll make it happen.
dope. That's
Yeah,
dope.
because
Love that.
a lot of people are always like, man, why don't you show your whole collection and stuff like that? And I'm like, I don't have it with me, so I can't.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't do it.
Yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, this is about the this one's actually about the end. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this live, but I'm gonna come right back so we can have people ask questions. So we can just split it like that.
Okay, I got probably like 5 more minutes, and then I have to
Sounds
run.
good.
Cool,
Sounds
cool.
good. I'm gonna just split this so then we can do 5 minutes of questions.
Okay, cool.
All right. Yeah, we're about to get into some questions. Everybody hop back in. Hop back in so we can get these going. KUSTOO about to come back in here too. So we'll get it going. We'll get it going. I appreciate y'all for tuning in too, man. We gotta make sure we continue to do this. So we'll definitely we'll make it happen. Anybody that got questions though, as soon as he gets back in, we'll knock those out and we'll make sure we get them going. What's good, Becky? What up? Gene, what's good? Soul Man, what up? What's good, Eric? What's good? Booby, what's good? V. True, what up? What's good, Hawk? What up? Yeah. Hopefully KUSTOO get back in. We'll be good. What's good, Danny? I see you. Yeah, hopefully you get back in. Put Daddy Small, what up? What's good? What's good? There you go. All right, let's get these questions going. What's good, Splash Smitty? What up? Actually, I just got some I got some eye slides on right now, bro. I'm in the crib. All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Everybody get your questions out. Let's get them going. All right. Somebody said thoughts on the Jordan 4 Raptor. We're just gonna throw them at him.
Oh, I think it's dope. I'm a big fan of the Jordan 4. So they haven't really done a colorway that I've been mad at. So I think if it's your vibe, rock it.
I'm in the same boat. I love the Drake version. I love the original version. I love what they're doing with that. So
Yeah.
definitely. Devin said what's on your feet right now?
Oh, sorry to disappoint you guys, but it's just the old Epic React. This is like my everyday run around shoe. The Epic React. Shout out to Riff. I saw that they joined.
Yeah, shout out to Riff. Somebody said, let me see, shoe of the year so far.
Shoe of the year so far? Gosh, what has come out so far this year? That's a great question. I'm trying to remember what came out in just what came out in 2020. 2020 seems like the longest year ever. So I'm not even sure what came out this year versus what came out last year. I'm trying to look and see what I have here. Gosh, that is such a good question.
That is a good question.
You know, this year is so. Hold on, let me go look at the wall.
Okay. You know, it's a good question when you had to get up for the wall.
Because I don't know. I don't remember what specifically came out in 2020 as of right now. I would need to do some. Was the Jordan? No, the Jordan 1 Fly Ease. That was last year. The Vapor Street, that was last year. Was the Kyrie, that was last year. Gosh, I don't know. That's a great question.
That is, I mean, if you're going off a concept, for me, I would probably say, I mean, if I'm going performance, I do like the Jordan 34, but if I'm going off of hype alone, I thought that the Travis Scott, the dunk, that one was.
Oh, the Travis Scott dunk. Yeah.
That was up there.
I forgot the 34 was this year too. God,
yeah, 34.
That was just All-Star. That was like All-Star weekend. Jesus,
yeah.
Why does it seem like it was so long ago?
I mean,
with
the season, it's tough, bro.
Oh man, yeah. I think Travis Scott is a good one. That obviously got a lot of hype.
Yeah.
I know Reebok did like the Georgetown questions. Those looked pretty dope. I really like those. But that's more of like an old school
I got you.
retro sneaker. Um, Geez, what else is there? The LeBron 17, was that this? No, that was last
That was
year.
last year. Yeah. We still got
Geez,
more
I
time.
don't know.
We still got more time. We still got more
Yeah,
time.
I gotta look those. I gotta look it up now. Now you got me wondering. I'm really thinking about this. Because
uh,
another, I mean, yeah, gosh, that's a good question.
okay. Somebody said, where do you get the storage thing for your Jordan ones in the background?
Just Container Store. So, I don't like. I have. I don't want to say I have an issue, but I
Okay.
don't like the way it looks when your shoes are like that in the boxes,
Yeah.
because I feel like the boxes tend to lean over, like they'll lean to one side or the other.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to find a solution so that they were nice and stacked up, and that's how I just did this. So I put them in the Container Store boxes, and I literally just have the top here at the top. So I just stuck them inside because they wouldn't close. It wouldn't close on the front, and
Yeah.
just kept them in the boxes. Because I think most people would want to keep the box. Some of them, they fit in the box. So like the Yeezy, actually the 350s fit inside the box.
Uh-huh.
So I have those inside with the front on. But for the rest of them, I just literally just stuck them in there and took the tops off and stuck them in the back, just because there's some boxes that I don't want to get rid of. And so for those, it was easier it looked nicer and cleaner to me to put them in the boxes like that.
Got you. Got you. Oh, I didn't know they had a questions thing right here. Okay.
Oh,
Who is
there you go.
Who is someone that deserved a signature that never got one?
Deserved a signature that never got one. Jeez. I mean, Ray Allen's a good one. That He never really had his own signature. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Who else deserved a signature sneaker? Ray Allen. Um, there's like Scottie Pippen never really had a true signature.
Yeah.
He had a shoe, but it wasn't like his true signature. Who else? Let me think. Who in recent memory?
I'm trying to.
Um,
Well, I mean, what about Kevin Garnett?
yeah, yeah. Did he? Well, he had like the shoe with Nike. He had
I know he had the
but
phone
I don't.
posit and the flight posit or something like that.
Yeah, but they weren't his.
That
Yeah, he
wasn't
never
his
had
shoe.
his. There wasn't like, and was I don't remember his stuff with when he went like with and one and when he went over. Did he? I think he was overseas for a while too.
Yeah.
I don't know which ones. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Okay. Those are some of them right there. Let me see another one that just came up, and we'll get you out of here in like the next 2 minutes.
Okay, for
Uh,
sure, for sure.
um, somebody.
Uh, uh, oh, it's breaking up.
I said, "What's your thought on the splash zone?"
I thought that was dope. I thought that was really dope. I love the I forgot the lady. There's a lady if you on Instagram. I can't think of her name. She's designing a lot of that stuff for Westbrook. She's on the Jordan team,
Oh, Kels,
and
Kels.
yeah, yeah, I love what she's doing. Like I
Yeah,
love it. I think it's really dope.
definitely, definitely. Let me see. Somebody said, "What's your biggest goal in life?"
To be a better man.
I
That's my
can I can
biggest goal.
co-sign. I can co-sign. Definitely want to be a better man. Do things the right way, and
Yeah,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Let me see. Last one, and then we're gonna get him out of here. Oh, we just did that one. Hold up. Last one, and we'll get you out of here. Um,
that's cool. That question
I
thing.
didn't even know that. Somebody said,
Yeah.
how do y'all succeed in the sneaker industry? We'll end on this note.
How do you succeed in? I think the way you succeed in any other industry is, you know, putting in putting in the work, um, creating your own voice and having your own perspective, and being knowledgeable about the industry. I think with if you do those things, you'll be able to be successful in the sneaker industry, and also define what success means to you. Success means different things to different people. For me, success could be making sure that my wife and kids are okay, and that's success. That they have food to eat and there's food on their table. But for someone else, success could be having a mansion and a yacht and $1 million in the bank. So you really need to define what success means to you. And once you do that, take the steps necessary to reach that form of success. So for me, success means being the best man that I can. And part of that being the best man is making a legacy for the people behind me, making sure that my family doesn't want, making sure that I'm the best person, both personally and professionally that I can be. All of those things go into the drive that I have to be the best man possible. So that's what success means to me. So if you define what success means to you, that'll give you the steps necessary in order to make it and be what it is you want to be.
Definitely. Well said right there. I'm just going to piggyback off that. You know, it's all about legacy for me. At the end of the day, I don't feel like I'm successful, and I feel like if I get comfortable, a lot of our people get comfortable. If you get comfortable in this success, then you're not going to want to strive to be better than what you are now. So I try to make sure that every single step that I take, you know, Bobby Brown right there, every step I take, you know, hey, every little step I take, at the end of the day, I want to make sure that when I'm out there, I'm representing my family first, you know, because when I leave the house, I'm representing the Singleton name, you know, and I want to make sure that I'm doing it the right way. So when I walk into arenas and different sneaker events, I want to make sure that they know that I'm doing things the right way and I'm doing it with hard work, you know, and dedication. So anytime that people say I'm successful, I always try to dumb it down because I just don't want to get comfortable. Being comfortable to me is like I just get weird and I feel like I got to just keep moving around or something like that. So I just want to make sure that I just do the right thing, you know, through Christ and continue to just grind, man. You know, at the end of the day, we're both doing stuff. We both created our own lane. And we got to just make sure that we maintain trying to, you know, reach for greatness, you know, strive for greatness. So on that note, on that note, I'm going to let you get out of here. I know you're a busy man. I know you know, put aside some time for me. I appreciate that, bro. Let everybody know where they can find you. Let everybody know what you got coming up.
Don't y'all ain't gotta worry about following me. I ain't nobody.
No,
follow Sneaker Reporter. Follow Sneaker Reporter.
No.
Show him love. Make sure you support the work that he does. Big shout out to Premium Pete. I see he's in the comments. Solid guy. Make sure you follow Premium Pete. Just for insight on life.
Yes,
and he'll probably show you some food that you want to eat as well. So big shout out to Pete. Because his food game is out of this world.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, but appreciate you guys. Thank everyone that hopped in the chats. Thank you guys for all of the questions. Again, don't worry about following me. Follow Sneaker Reporter. Report him. Report what he's doing. Support what he's doing.
Hey, Mr. Slade's killing out here, man. He's doing big things, man. Hey, you're making moves for all of us. You know what I'm saying? I speak for everybody. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate the work you're putting in. We appreciate the level that you're taking it to that next level, man. Continue to work hard. Continue to keep God first. Make sure that you continue to just do what you're doing, man. You created your own lane, your own niche, and I appreciate you, and I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue to tell you that because we got to push each other to that next level. So continue to do what you're doing. You're doing a great job, and I appreciate you for setting aside that time for me and making some time for me in your schedule.
Absolutely. Glad I could be here, man. Glad I could be here.
Sounds good. They said we're trying to have I'm trying to be like you battle. Hey,
that's hilarious.
But I appreciate it, man. Have a good night.
All right, man.
We'll definitely be in touch, bro. We'll do this a lot more.
All right, man. Absolutely. Have a good night.
All right, now.
All right.